Now, I said every time that I open this app that I would end up recording something because it's like, why not? Put your content out there, brand yourself, you know? And I do want, to create that brand for myself and get that recognition, get the voice out there, as many people have been kind of hitting that for such a long time. And again, talking about that consistency, doing something that I can be consistent at. And these lunches with Steels, again, are definitely supposed to be more so gaming focused. But it also a way for me to kind of just get some thoughts out there, right? Gaming related, I could get into FromSoftware. Supposedly there's some rumors out there that they're working on another project. I think it's F something, I can't remember exactly. Some people are assuming it's going to be a Dark Souls 3 remaster. I think it's going to probably be more so Armor Core related, because I do think it's time for an Armor Core related DLC expansion, or even if they drop something similar to Night Rain. I think Night Rain was maybe proof that they needed that, hey, we can create a standalone multiplayer experience as long as we add these other elements into it and make it a little bit more fun. For example, with Night Rain, you could run up walls and all that stuff, and it adds an element to traversal. You don't die from just jumping off of stuff. There's no fall damage, right? And it's meant to be more of a arcade style of what you would see from a traditional Souls experience. I could also get into Wuchang, Fallen Feathers, coming out on the 24th of July, and people who have played it say it's very similar to Black Myth Wukong in the way that it approaches its style, although it is doing some things different. Like today, as an example, I ended up finding out that with the death mechanic, if you die frequently, you end up getting a evil version of yourself that you have to that you actually have to end up fighting. If I can talk, because apparently I can't. That you'll have to end up fighting and getting through. And I like the idea of that mechanic. The other thing too was, hey, the more times you die, you're gonna get stronger, but you'll also take more damage. Kind of like a push and pull kind of thing. I like those things, because then it turns into I have to focus on what this boss is doing. I have to learn, but it also tells me that I think the game is going to deliver a fair experience. The same way that I thought Black Myth was a solid and fair experience, right? So shout out to Black Myth Wukong. I don't think the game was overrated or anything like that. I know some people felt like that. And again, it's one of those that if I was going to suggest somebody a game to play, if you were like, I'm going to jump into this Souls-like experience or into one, it's definitely one that I would throw up higher up on that list, just because it tells a good story. It's very coherent, has good gameplay mechanics, especially now because the optimization is phenomenal. I couldn't get into some Nintendo smoke. I try not to give too much smoke to Nintendo because, again, people love it. It's an obvious audience out there for it, right? But Donkey Kong Bonanza, apparently, they're so focused on the fun, you're not worried about performance. The game doesn't need to run the greatest because the game's fun, man, And again, I'm all for games being fun and all that, right? I think that's the number one thing, if anything, that you should be focusing on. But I could also take the angle of, I think this is part of the reason of why our industry is getting held back. Because people have settled for this kind of standard that Nintendo has set, right? Again, people like platformers, they like these character action games and stuff like that. They skip over all the other ones that are out there that exist except for certain ones. And again, no smoke against Donkey Kong. Supposedly it's a 10 out of 10 game for a lot of people, 9 out of 10, whatever it is. It's a game that I'll never play, but I'm not the Nintendo gamer. Even Dust Bloods, I love FromSoft, but I wouldn't get a Nintendo to play Dust Bloods, especially not for no multiplayer experience. I don't believe in Nintendo's online infrastructure. Nonetheless, do I want to play on that device, right? Walls. I think that does open up an interesting conversation that I always go back to, that I do wish more games were accessible to more people. I think Donkey Kong being accessible to more people would only do the game even more justice, right? Maybe help with optimization or whichever the case. Again, I know like my brother Pong who always comes back and is like, well, you can argue that, it being developed for one platform and, you should get better optimization. Again, that hasn't been the case. You get games that are developed for one platform and it's still don't run the greatest. So, you know, it's kind of a to each their own, right? Kind of to each their own thing, right? But I ain't got no smoke to give Nintendo. But main thing is, you know, I said I was going to get on here, record something every time that I jumped on here, and I want to continue to try to do that. Can't promise I'm always going to bring something of value to the table, but I got a lot going on, man. Just mentally, family-wise, you know, trying to mesh your families together, come up with a similar understanding, try to build that tribe or build that community that you want to grow with. And I do find a lot of the times that I end up hard staggering myself is the best way that I can say it. And essentially what I mean by that is just, it puts me in a place where I don't want to do anything. Puts me in a place where it's just, now I'm overthinking a lot of things, or you know, I'm trying to find issues within myself for everything. And as much I'm always open to self-improving and trying to be better than I was yesterday, you know. But getting to a place to where you feel like you can't move forward, and you've tried to approach a situation from multiple angles, has always been tough for me. Because for me, I always feel like I'm the one trying to change, right? I'm trying to do things differently. I'm trying to do this. And again, I don't try to shy away from hard conversations either, right? I do feel like as somebody that is a millennial, grew up came up in the 90s, born in 92, that there's just a lot of the middle space that I don't know, man. Like I'm in a space where like, I know what I want to do, but then I don't know what I want to do. I want to get back into tech, but then at the same time, tech is seeing this major drop off. So it's like, damn, how do I adjust to make myself more valuable, to fight through this market? And again, I know the main thing is, hey, still just put yourself out there more. Maybe I need to create content on LinkedIn and do some motivational stuff. But again, you know, that stuff, I even overthink that stuff, man. That's like, overthinking is always going to be the thing that kills, that gets you. It's going to be the thing that distracts you more than everything. And I just want to be a voice for the overthinkers out there that, like, sometimes you just got to do. Like me doing these videos. It's just do it. Whether you got something to discuss or not, like, just get into it, man. And just kind of go from there. If people accept it, they accept it. If not, they don't. But maybe people enjoy listening to you. Maybe they can relate. Maybe it'll help somebody get through what they're doing. They'll stop scrolling on your video, you know. Again, hopeful things. And there is a lot that I want to do, you know. My current objective is getting us back to a place to where, you know, money and bills aren't the issue, you know, especially bills. Bills are the thing that they come knocking every month. And got to figure out some things to make that not as much of a thing for me, you know. It's a path we're going to continue to tread down. So again, feel like I'm rambling there, but nonetheless, if you continue to like these, greatly appreciate you. Support that. Nothing but love, nothing but great appreciation. Again, you know, even a shout out to all the splitters that been kind of jumping on board as well from Living Split Screen. Again, every Saturday morning. But, you know, just wanted to kind of jump on here, have another real conversation with y'all. So, many different things that I could get into, but overall, I think it's another one of those self-reflective kind of keep pushing forward more than anything, you know? Even if you don't have all the answers right now. If there's anything that you take from this one, let's try to work on stop overthinking it. Let's try. That's all we're going to ask. That's all I'm asking. Anyway, still rain out. T's the 7 everywhere. Follow me, baby. Much love. Y'all be safe.